The most wanted shipwreck? What you mean the most wanted shipwreck? My curiosity sparking. I want to watch it. Primal Space, the most wanted shipwreck. Let's get into it.
It's a
10 minutes, 30 seconds.
night just off the coast of Florida in 1622.
1622. Nigga, that shit ain't real. Anything that happened before cell phones and technology, shit fake. If a nigga can record it, it's fake.
A Spanish cargo ship full of gold and silver is desperately trying to make its way back to Spain. But as it passes through the Straits of Florida, it sails directly into a hurricane. Its masts are torn apart, its rudder gets ripped off by the waves, and within minutes, the Atocha is brought down.
Atocha?
According
what the hell?
to records, at least $500 million worth of treasure went down that night, and its location...
And y'all niggas getting in the motherfucking submarine to go look at the Titanic. For what? And you got $500 million right here.
$500 million.
And you got $500 million right here, and the nigga claim they know what they did with it. They know what a shipwreck at. Nigga, put me in the... Hey, I need to be the next batch of motherfuckers going in the submarine. And I'm telling y'all where I want to go. I'm going here. 500 million? 500 million? What?
Worth of treasure went down that night, and its location eventually became a complete mystery.
Oh, it's a mystery.
More than 3 centuries later, after sitting at the bottom of the ocean, the motherlode of all treasure was finally discovered, and it proved to be more valuable than ever imagined. We modeled the entire thing to show you how one man and his team of DIY treasure hunters spent decades searching for the ship, and how their genius engineering and an old document eventually led them to the most valuable shipwreck in history.
Educate me.
Atocha went down that fateful evening. It ended up on a shallow reef in the Florida Keys, a 200-mile stretch of tiny islands. At the time, the location of the ship was known, but just a few weeks later, a second hurricane ripped the ship apart, leaving a trail of debris across the ocean floor.
You say debris.
Of the Atocha
Debris.
seemed to be lost forever, but records of its treasure were never forgotten. According to its cargo manifest,
The fuck is
it
that?
was holding 150 gold bars, 1,000 silver bars, and more than 50 chests full of coins. All in all, the treasure would be worth at least $500 million today.
Where is that? Where is that? Sign me up. Put me in the submarine. Put me in that submarine. Fuck the Titanic. Nigga, get rich or die trying, nigga. I will be the next motherfucker to die in a submarine for that $500 million. On God. You talking about they got gold bars? Nigga, I'm flexing on niggas. You talking about spread thread? Nigga, I'm having a gold bar thread on the nigga's ass. For nigga, 3 gold bars on each arm. For you talking about? Nigga, that's 3. That's a mil a bar. That's a mil a bar. Fuck.
All someone had to do was find it. That's where American treasure hunter Mel Fisher came in.
He
spent
rich.
His entire life diving, and along
He
with
got
his
gold
wife,
chains on.
ran a diving school in California, teaching more than 60,000 people how to dive. With the allure of the Atocha sitting in the Florida Keys, Mel and his family moved across the country in search for its treasure. With little more than a boat and some metal detectors, they began their search in an area
Dedicated.
called the Matacumbe Keys, which had been mentioned in several documents. But after a year of searching and more than 100,000 miles covered, they hadn't found a single.
100,000?
To many, finding the Atocha in this vast expanse of ocean was an impossible task. But Mel had a secret weapon, historian Eugene Lyon. In order to learn more about where the Atocha sank, he went to the Spanish archives in Seville and came across this document. Dated just 4 years after the ship went down, it mentioned that a search had taken place in an area called the Marquesas Keys, which was more than 100 miles from where Mel was searching.
What the
Mel
fuck?
and his crew instantly moved their boat and started searching in this new location. But the divers were now searching in deeper water, and they had one huge problem.
What?
Visibility.
Hmm.
Although the water was clear on the surface, at the bottom, the divers could barely see their own hands. And so Mel came up with a genius
I would not be in there.
solution. He
The
attached
fuck?
2 large tubes to his boat that could be lowered down in front of the propellers. These would redirect the clear water from the surface and shoot it down to the bottom where the divers were searching. Not only did this
Isn't it doing convection in the ocean?
it had the added benefit of digging a big hole and revealing whatever was buried underneath the sand. Then, one day in 1971, the sand cleared and revealed an enormous anchor.
Ooh.
Although it wasn't a piece of treasure, it was their first clue that perhaps the real thing wasn't
Light
far
bulb.
away. More artifacts started to show up, like cups, swords, cannonballs, and iron nails used to hold the ship together. To keep track of everything.
Chat. Yeah, I'm on stream. What's up? I'm on stream. What's up? That's a bet. Nobody in the whole fucking watermelon. Get the fuck out of my phone, nigga. A monkey. This nigga a monkey, chat. It's your country asshole, man. This nigga got a whole watermelon in his hand talking about what I'm doing. Get your country asshole, man. Fuck no. I had to let him. I'm on stream. I just wanted to talk shit. When you got them certain hood partners, you gotta let them know, hey, everything is live. Shut your ass up.
They started building a map of circles, showing where each piece of treasure had been found. After a while, a clear line started to appear on the map, and they came to the conclusion that the Atocha's mother lode must lie somewhere along this line. Then, while searching near the bottom of the line, a diver came across something really special.
What?
An early version of the Opera web browser. Just kidding. Opera now presents...
He tried to catch me. No, sir. I will never get caught with an ad. Fuck out of here, nigga. Watching YouTube since 06. You gotta try harder than that. Catch me.
The next generation of browsing.
For sure.
In order to find the Atocha, the crew were following a trail of artifacts that seemed to be leading them to the motherlode of all treasure. But after 2 years of searching the line, the crew had failed to make any valuable discoveries. Mel was running out of money fast, and if he didn't find some treasure soon, he'd have no way of funding the search. But then, in 1973, just a few hundred feet away from the anchor, the crew came across a stash of silver coins and 3 huge silver bars. This find alone was worth well over $100,000. But
that's all I need. That's all I need. On God.
It wasn't clear
On
if it was
God.
from the Atocha or its sister ship, which had also gone down that night.
The Saint Margarita?
They went back to the ship's cargo.
Did that say Margarita or Margarita? I don't know.
Every single piece of gold and silver was recorded in this document, along with their exact weight and serial number. By comparing the engravings on the silver bars to the document, they confirmed that the treasure trail they were following really was from the Atocha.
It's crazy.
The crew began systematically cleaning the coins using electrolysis.
You can clean coins?
Them off to make money. Mel and his crew were back in business. With this influx of
you can clean coins?
Set out to find more treasure, armed with new sonar detecting technology. But just as they were starting to gain traction, the state of Florida began claiming ownership of all the treasure being found. And so
you can't do that.
Started fighting back.
Yeah, it's like they asked the court. Nigga, finders keepers, losers, weepers. Nigga, you can't take my fucking treasure because it's on your land. No, finders keepers. You ain't find it, you can't keep it. Snooze, you lose.
On the line, a major find being
now what I'm gonna do? If I was them niggas searching in the shipwreck, now I'm finna find all the treasure and just pocket the shit. You ain't knowing shit.
Cannons with Atocha markings engraved into their barrels.
Facts.
But just a day after finding these cannons, one of their boats capsized during the night.
Oh,
3 of the crew.
The waves coming back. Rest in peace to them.
3 years went by, and the crew continued looking without finding any new clues. The line had run dry. Throughout the search, Mel had often mentioned a mysterious document he had read, written by one of the Atocha survivors. According to the document, the survivor had helped an admiral smuggle 70 pounds of the world's finest Colombian emeralds onto the ship. It was never clear where Mel had read this, but he was absolutely sure that there was more to the Atocha's treasure than just gold and silver.
Facts.
Meanwhile, after 8 years of legal battles, Mel won against the government and was finally granted the right to 100% of the treasure. But by the end of the 70s, Mel had spent over $6 million looking for the Atocha, and the elusive treasure still hadn't showed up.
You spent $6 million looking for $500 million? I mean, it's worth it.
And it still seemed like the treasure had to be lying somewhere along the line. But all that was about to change.
You ain't looking deep enough.
In 1983, while on their way out to the line, the crew's magnetometer started lighting up. Divers went down to check, and they came across several metallic objects in a location southeast of the line. By plotting these on the map, a new line started to branch off from the original one. They knew that the ship was ripped apart a month after it sank, so it was possible that the debris was carried on a different path.
Facts,
They
facts.
followed this new line for a couple of years, and it continued to reveal little bits of treasure. Then, on the 20th of
Breadcrumbs,
July,
breadcrumbs,
1985, exactly 10 years after the tragic death of the 3 crew members,
breadcrumbs.
a large but faint object showed up on their sonar scanner. 2 divers immediately entered the water and began searching.
I'd have been the first nigga down there.
On a hunch, Greg Wareham decided to wander off about 100 yards to the east.
That'd have been me.
And there it was.
On God, that would have been me. I'm a wandering ass nigga. If I feel like we gotta share this treasure, I'm finna wander off, find the treasure, pocket as much as I can on your bitch ass, and then I'm gonna come get you. Yo, it's some treasure right here. Whole time, nigga, I just stuffed 10 M's in my back pocket.
Sitting in front of him
Catch up.
was an 80-foot-long shipwreck with piles upon piles of silver bars.
Yeah, I'm taking all that with me, on God.
Off to the side
Stuffing that shit
was
right in my
a
nuts.
chest full of coins and gold bars glinting in the light. There was no doubt that after 16 years of searching, Mel and his crew had finally found the motherlode. Amazingly, hidden within the wreck was a thumb-sized emerald worth over $800,000 alone.
Thumb size. Give me one of those. I don't even need a gold bar. That's too much. And nigga, I would take 5 of them emeralds. I'm out of there.
Elsewhere in the wreckage, another one.
I'm out of there.
This time, worth over $1 million.
What the fuck?
Eventually, more than 2,000 of the finest uncut emeralds were discovered, and Mel's story turned out to be true
What?
after all. And now, time for the Primal Space giveaway.
What? That's how they found the treasure? That's crazy work.